I was going to use this video to present my mathematical reason for believing in God, but I decided to push that back in favor of confronting arguments for atheism. In addition to various arguments for God's existence, there are a number of arguments against it. There are, broadly speaking, two kinds of arguments for atheism, a priori and a posteriori. A priori arguments for atheism claim that there is some logical contradiction in the theistic conception of God, and so that it is impossible for such a being to exist. A posteriori argument for atheism claim that the world is other than it would be if God existed, and so conclude from it that there cannot be a God. The problem of evil. The most weighty of the arguments against God's existence is an a posteriori argument, the problem of evil. Of all atheistic arguments, this is the one that has been around the longest, that has had the most words written about it, and that draws the most diverse responses from Christians. In brief, the problem is that the traditional conception of God implies that if God exists, then he knows how to, wants to, and is able to prevent all suffering. If such a God existed, though, then he would expect him to prevent all suffering. Suffering, though, is a familiar part of the world around us. It has not been prevented. There is, therefore, the argument concludes, no such God. Other arguments for atheism are of the second kind, claiming that the concept of God is incoherent, that there are logical problems with the existence of such a being, and that God therefore cannot exist.